Welcome to the Bio 110 Journal Review Project. You can see here we are in your Canvas shell. You will find a Files folder in the Files folder, a folder that states Journal Review Project. I will be retrieving all these files from this area. So let's take a look at our files here. The first thing we want to do is find a journal article. It can be anything related to health. One of the directions in the assignment is to relate it to a chapter in your textbook. So if you're interested in education, you can do things like autism. If you're interested in criminology, you can do something along the lines of psychology, etc. If you're unsure of a topic, just run it by me. It is recommended that you get a head start on this assignment. You do not need to have any prior knowledge to begin this. In this class, you can start it right away. So one of the things you want to look for is a journal. And when you find a journal, you need to go to the mchenry.edu library, click on databases, click on A to Z databases, click on SynHall, EBSCO. If you're off campus, you enter your MyMCC username and password. Click on full text and click on peer reviewed. Also, it's good to keep something for in the last 10 years and then click search. Now, once you get to your search category, you'll see a bunch of articles that come up. You want to read through those articles and you want to make sure you choose an article that is what's called a scientific study. We have an example here of what one looks like. But you don't want to be picking anything that does a literature review, a systematic review, reviews of other people's studies. You want to find an article where they did the actual experiment. So I have an example here, and you will see something like data was collected from 3,100 subjects, blah, 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 blah. So you can usually find this in the abstract or in the materials of methods. You want to find an article where they used patients as their test subjects and they did an actual experiment on them. They gave them a certain type of drug, they did a certain type of x-ray, they did a certain type of test on them. You don't want to find an article that reviews other people's experiments. So you want to make sure you pick an article that's easy for you to read, nice and short. Like this is a great article, it's only a couple pages long. I shouldn't say it's short, but you don't want to be picking a 20-page article. It may be very difficult for you because this is worth 100 points. Now, this also can be used for your e-portfolio too as well. And in the the literacy component, you can ask me if you're interested in adding it to that. So let's say you find your article. I would recommend finding about 2 of them. I need to approve your article before you start it. So at the bottom here, the how to find, save it as a PDF and send it to me via Canvas or mchenry.edu. Do not email it directly from the EBSCO, the library site. It doesn't leave your name. I can't reply to it. So you want to send me about 2 of them just in case one doesn't work out. Or I can give you a better reference saying this one may work better than the other one. So you get your article approved. What do you do with it? So in here you'll find what's called the write-up directions. Okay, and then you'll also see in there a template, a document, a Word document. It looks like this. You're going to type your name at the top. And then you want to keep this table format. So you're going to go to, you're basically going to cite your journal article. So you're going to go to OWL English, Purdue. You may have used this in an English class. And you can see it'll show you here. You remember it must be APA, not MLA. And it talks to you guys about how to do an article right here. So you got to have, the name of the article, the name of the journal. It's got to be in italics, volume, issue number, page numbers, the date in the right place, etc. You use a citation machine. I don't need any extra stuff like DOI numbers or anything like that. So, okay, the next thing, and then you would put that in here. So you would take that citation and Doe, John, 2017, blah, 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 the name, and then the journal name, and you type it in here. Okay, you keep this table format. The next thing you're going to do is in one sentence, explain what the research study was about. One sentence, so this study was about blah, 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 blah. The next thing you're going to do is the type of research. You're going to write a paragraph that identifies the type of research. It will be empirical. I will make sure that you get an article that is empirical. You're going to tell me what statistical methods the author used to evaluate their data. List all charts used to compare their data. So what charts did they put in there? What kind of statistical methods? You can usually find in the article an area called data analysis or statistical analysis. And you can see that right here, small little paragraph. You would list, you don't need to know what a t-test or a chi-square test is. You can describe this table here. So that was what that would be in that area. So you would type that in. And remember, it is one paragraph. So if we look at the write-up directions, one paragraph is about 4 to 5 sentences. All right, the next thing you have is the issue. Again, one paragraph. Why did the authors choose to write this article? So it's usually in the beginning part, and you usually find, so here's your introduction. It's usually in here. And let's see. Many women. Finally, further studies of... Here it goes. To determine our institutional pregnancy loss rate following second trimester genetic amniocentesis and to compare the effect of different procedural variables or impact of maternal obstetric history for the purpose of counseling prior, we have reconsidered in this study all consecutive procedures. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, so basically in the article you'll find a couple sentences in the introduction about why they chose to write this article. So again, you're going to put one paragraph in here in the issue about why they chose it. Okay, the next thing that we have is definition. Find 3 terms, define them. If you're going to copy them word for word from a website, please cite that website just right below that. Methods. You have one paragraph. How was the study conducted? These patients were put in a room, given this drug, they were given this x-ray, they were done this type of test, etc. Then you're going to have another paragraph. Describe the study group. This is why you need a study group. Males versus females, ages, race, types of disease subgroups. Then in another paragraph, you're going to, so you can see this all fits in here. You're going to be typing in this, and you can see this will get bigger and bigger and bigger. So then you have your results. You're going to give a summary of the results, what the researchers found out. Another paragraph. What chapter does this belong in our textbook and why it belongs there? What is the connection between the article and the content of your book? So you need to relate it at least somewhat to a chapter in our textbook. Citations. You go to the end of the journal and you give me the number of references that they have. Sometimes they're already numbered for you. Grammar and spelling. I'm not sure if the Sage Center is open, but if they are and you can send it, I can give you some extra credit if you send it over to them and they look it over. They'll usually give you a little blue card, or you can email it to them, I believe, as well. So you're going to have this table, and this whole table is going to be filled out, and it's going to be about 2 pages. If it's 1 page, it's not long enough. So remember, you need to have 1 paragraph, 1 paragraph, 1 paragraph. Now, after you've done this, you're going to go into the article, and you're going to highlight where you found info for 3, 4, 6, and 7. So how you do this, and if you do it this way and you save it as a document, that's how we're going to email it to me. So do not highlight anything. I know the abstract is highlighted here and I can't get it unhighlighted, but do not highlight the abstract. I don't want to see any writing from the abstract that doesn't show me that you read it. So the first thing was highlight 3, 4, 6, and 7. So 3. That was the statistical analysis. So For number 3, I'm going to pick the color pink. I'm going to highlight that pink. Right, and you don't want to paint it. This one's a small area. And then you're going to go to your template, and to match it up, you're going to highlight it as close as possible. Where's the right? In pink. Okay? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to highlight number 4. So that's the issue. So now you're going to pick hold on one second. Where is that? I just had that. Sorry about this. There it is. Okay, so now you're going to pick a different color. So for number 4, I'm going to pick green. So you're going to go into the article, and this is why they did the article, and we said this was right here, okay? And then you're going to go to your issue here. We're going to change the color to green. Try to be as close as possible, okay? And then the next one we're going to do, I'm going to change it up. Let's do blue. Okay, so the next one was 6. That was the methods. So that's like the amount of patients that they had. So this one was this is just not being user. There we go. Okay, and then, you know, if you have a certain part there, etc. And then for the last one, sorry about this. The last one, where did you go? You would pick number 7. Again, you would pick a different color. So, when you've done all 4 colors, you're going to resave. So you would save as and resave it with all the new highlighting on it. So when you are done, you are going to send me sorry about this, guys. Hold on one second. I got too many windows open. Here's the grading rubric here. I want you guys to take a look at the grading rubric that I use. So you can see there if we've got the journal article attachment, instructor's signature, so you can see how many points I give for each section. So when you guys turn in your assignment, since I will not be there, unless this is a class I am teaching your lab section, for example, my winter session class I'm not, you're going to email this to me. So what you're going to email me, and this is in the bottom of the instructions, sorry about this, guys. Let's pull this up again. You're going to, on the due date, turn in your completed template. So that is this right here. You're going to turn in your grading rubric. If you're emailing this to me, I don't need a grading rubric because I already have copies of this. A copy of your email approval, so just do a screenshot. And then the journal that's highlighted. So that's what we just did here when we highlighted the journal. Okay? Highly recommend that you get a head start on this. And thank you very much. Let me know if you have